Good morning, or actually it's good afternoon here on the Eastern Standard Time part of the US. So this is Lynn from Holistic Health and Wellness, coming to you today with a few tips on why you choose between fresh and processed foods. So those of you that know me, you know that most of everything I eat, probably 95%, is totally fresh foods. I have found that has made me energized, rejuvenated. I just feel so much better when I am eating whole foods. So pretty much whole foods are, yes, the foods that you get straight from the ground, or you go into the grocery store and you shop around the outsides. So prior to doing that, I was always a person that would eat as much processed food as I could. I gave no thought to it, didn't even think about what the consequences were. But I lived that tired, fatigued, I guess that's a word, totally no energy all of my life. I would crash in the middle of the afternoon. I would think I'd get a quick fix from chocolate or from caffeine. And what I didn't realize, because I just kept drinking more and more coffee to give me an energy boost, that really wasn't anything that helped. So what I've learned over the years, that eating simple foods right from the earth really do a lot for me. They cause me to be refreshed, they cause me to be energetic. I don't have that slump in the afternoons anymore. I just feel so much better, so different, and I just really like to encourage people to try it. If you don't eat that kind of lifestyle, then you should try it. So I'm also a vegan, well, vegetarian more than vegan, but I've found that in my life works really well. Doesn't work for everybody, but it does work for a lot of people. And especially I found if you're a type A blood type, we tend to thrive as a vegetarian. And it can be very beneficial for your health because it does encourage clean eating. And even though some processed foods are vegan or vegetarian, in the vegetarian-vegan world, they tend to discourage that. So why do I discourage processed foods? Well, one of the main reasons is because they lack nutrients. When you eat a good, clean, whole food diet, especially one that doesn't allow for meat or cheese, those nutrients, as well as others, have to be found in different foods, obviously. So beans and nuts are a great source of protein. Calcium can easily be found in greens. And the problem with eating too many processed foods is that they fill you up without having any nutritional value whatsoever. So that was where I found myself having headaches and migraines, putting on the weight, always feeling hungry, was because I was eating foods that had no nutritional value whatsoever. So if you eat whole foods as close to the earth as you can, you're going to get your essential vitamins and minerals, you're going to get all of the nutrients and the fiber that you need so that you can feel satisfied and feel full. And having healthy levels of vitamins and minerals in your system can increase your energy, and it does promote weight loss. Processed foods tend to be high in calories. I don't know if you've ever really thought about that. A lot of them are just empty calories, but they are high in calories. So you may be able to regularly consume processed food and still eat the calories in those processed foods, but they really add up. So if you did a day comparing a day of eating processed foods as opposed to a day of eating whole, clean foods, and check your calories and see what your calorie intake is, the probability is that the processed foods would be higher in calories and you've had no nutritional value from them. So most whole fruits and vegetables, with some exceptions, such as squash, avocados, cherries, they contain less than 100 calories each. So because of that, it's easy to stay full and to lose weight especially if you're on a vegan or vegetarian diet. You can eat plenty of fruits and vegetables supplemented with whole grains, vegan proteins as an option, and you don't feel deprived. And that's the lifestyle that I've chosen for myself, and I have found that it has worked really well for me. And I know it's not for everybody, and I don't discourage the meat, and that's not what I'm saying. It's just that I'm talking around this vegetarian vegan process today. So the health benefits of a vegan diet really are that you're eating plenty of whole foods. So I've used whole foods a lot. So a whole food is the food that comes straight from the earth to your table. You're going around the outside of your grocery store and you're finding your fruits, your produce, your vegetables, all of the stuff in those sections, and you keep to the outsides of the grocery store. You're not going in then to where the processed foods are, and then you're getting whole nutritious foods. So the only exception to going around the outside is when you maybe go to get some kind of legumes, nuts, whole grains. They're really key on a vegan or vegetarian diet, because you have to replace that protein with something. If you're eating processed foods and they're very full of fat and they're very high in sodium, then you miss out on the complete benefit of a vegan diet. So a lot of times people ask me, clients come to me, want to know what are the benefits of a vegetarian or a vegan type of diet. And it's not that you have to eat that. Again, that's just what I'm talking about today. So you may find that your energy levels increase when you do that kind of diet. You may find that you drop some weight. I've had some clients that have merely done it so that they could lose weight more easily. You can find that when you're eating processed foods, it does drop your energy level for sure. And it can be a stumbling block to weight loss because of all of the sodium, the belly bloating that you get from eating processed foods, and their lack of nutrients and fiber. So healthy vegan or vegetarian options are often high in fiber and water, and so they tend to keep you full longer, and they aid in your overall hydration levels. So many of us these days are dehydrated. And I see my sister's on here, and I know that she'll really appreciate this because I'm forever telling her you have to drink more water. So the recommended amount these days is to drink half of your weight in ounces. So say you were 100 pounds, you'd only have to be drinking 60 fluid ounces of liquid a day, but you don't want to go just by what you're getting in water. A lot of the foods that you can eat can contain a fair amount of water. For example, cucumbers are high in water. Watermelon is a very water-rich food. Radishes, some of the lettuces. And if you eat those kind of foods, they have the fiber and they have the nutrients, so you're going to feel full longer. So if you find that you're not losing as much weight as you'd like, I would tell you that it might be worth giving it a try. Go vegetarian for a week, or do one of my detoxes for a week that really does get you off that but gives you plenty of filling foods. And if you aren't feeling well, take a look at your food choices, because very often in the past when I have not felt that great, it's often because of what I've been eating. So once I got off the processed foods and I started eating a healthy diet, I guess you could call it, or it's really a healthy lifestyle, it really changed the way that I feel. It changed the way that my body reacted. So a lot of the foods I now know are food sensitivities. I stay away from them, and I stay a lot more energized and a lot more full, and I eat a lot less food than I used to. So, a vegan diet should be good for your body, but it's also good for the environment. I don't do a vegan diet because of any specific environmental thought processes. It's just because my body does better on it. So you have to see how your body reacts if you're doing something like that. Processed foods often come in plastic packaging, individually wrapped and then boxed or wrapped again, and that goes into the environment and is not good. Think about all of the plastic that we get. And I know I was talking to some visitors from England the other day, and they were telling me that they pretty much are phasing out the straws over there, the plastic bags. You don't go into the grocery stores and find the plastic bags like we still do here in the States. And I know last time I was visiting, if you took one of their plastic bags, you actually had to pay for it. So my son-in-law tells me over here our plastic bags are made so that they can be recycled and not be as harmful to the environment. But my preference is to take my own bags to the store and help the environment as much as possible. I use PBA-free bottles as much as possible, or I use stainless steel receptacles for my water. Something I can wash again, and I'm really wanting to get some of those stainless steel straws and see how they work. I know that they would be more difficult to clean, but you know, I want to help the environment as much as possible. So just remember that if you want to give veganism a chance, you're going to have to do it for a couple of weeks and see how your body feels. It is not for everybody. And that is not what I'm advocating here, it just happens to be what I'm talking about today. So remember that processed foods lack nutrients, and processed foods are high in calories. So eat as much as you can fresh from the earth. Shop on the outsides of your grocery store for the best benefit. And I hope that that has helped to give you a little bit of insight in some of the things that you can do. I can promise you this. When you go on a healthy lifestyle type of eating, you definitely feel a lot more energized, a lot more healthy than you did before. And for me, that also meant that I was able to get off my cholesterol meds. I was able to get off my high blood pressure meds. So my disclaimer here is I am not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a dietitian. I am not telling you to get off your meds. You should always consult with a doctor. But just for me, with what I did with my own dietary requirements, it just really helped me so much in so many ways. I went from having migraines almost daily to only 2-3 times a month, depending on our weather here in Florida. So if you're considering a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet and you want some recipes, just post under here and I'll get some to you. I would really appreciate you sharing this today with someone and commenting in the comments. That is always really helpful for me. Again, this is Lynn from Holistic Health and Wellness. I hope that you have a really great rest of your Friday. For those of my English friends on here, you all will be off work by now, ready for the weekend, so have a great day. And Karen, I see you're on here and I hope that you're feeling better. I hope that the surgery went well, and sending lots of great thoughts your way for a speedy recovery. So I love you all. Thanks for being here with me, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.